welcome to the Eliminating Barriers to Hire New CDL Talent webinar. My name is Luke Peterson. I'm an operations fellow at the Port of New York and New Jersey. The Port Authority is a bi-state agency responsible for keeping the region and its communities moving by air, land, rail, and sea. I'm joined today by my colleagues at the Port and a stellar lineup of collaborators who specialize in workforce development from the Council on Port Performance. Comprised of shipping industry stakeholders, the Council on Port Performance provides oversight on the implementation of programs and initiatives that will improve efficiency and service reliability at the port. The CPP is charged with developing recommendations aimed to improve the flow of goods, communications, and customer service. On that front, our focus here today is to help licensed motor carriers recruit new talent and provide solutions that eliminate the barriers that have inhibited this industry from addressing their current shortage of drivers and staff. Some of the trucking industry's biggest challenges, such as driver retention and recruitment, were exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, causing major disruptions to the nation's supply chain over the past year. As the pandemic begins to wane in the U.S., and the administration's priorities start to shift from inoculating Americans to revitalizing the economy, top officials are beginning to take steps to address the trucking industry's biggest concerns. We've heard from some port trucking communities that from some port trucking companies that they have had to include driver training in their potential hiring model to attract new drivers interested in joining the industry. However, not every company is able to afford or deliver this. We believe that there's an opportunity for local LMCs and drayage trucking companies to make use of the following programs to gain funding and apply for monetary incentives that will assist in hiring and training new drivers. With that, I'd like to turn it over to our next speaker. We are absolutely thrilled to have David Mohammed from the city of Newark. David?
Hey, Luke, thanks a lot. And to the Port Authority and its partners, on behalf of Newark Mayor Raz J. Baraka and Deputy Mayor Rahman Mohammed, and the residents for the city of Newark, I would like to once again thank you for this opportunity as we express how excited we are about partnering with you to fill the vacancies for CDL drivers. We know that this is a heavy lift, but looking for talent, but you are not alone. Newark Works, which is a part of the city of Newark's programs, has contracted with local driving schools for in-class training and is presently engaged other CDL driving schools who not only provide in-class, but also training in the trucks. Deputy Mayor Rahman Mohammed also wanted me to announce that for the summer of 2022, the Summer Youth Employment Program will be launching a dedicated training for youth between the ages of 18 and 24 to get trained in CDL, getting a CDL license, excuse me. We look forward to the LMC drivers and the companies that they're associated with and partnering with them on this endeavor, and whatever we can do to help lift that burden, we're here to do it. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you so much, David.
All right. Good morning. My name is Shakirah Plumb. I am the on-the-job trainer representative for the state of New Jersey. I represent all of Essex County. We are in the process of receiving funds because the new year just started for July. So we're still waiting for the clearance of the funds for the Workforce New Jersey on-the-job training grant. And that grant allows any employer that hires anyone that is receiving any such social services benefits, such as food stamps, cash assistance, and even if someone just came home, which is called our reentry population. We offer the employer a 50% reimbursement of the salary of which they're going to hire the person. We just ask that the person is hired at least $13 an hour, that they are allowed to work 35 hours a week. What the employer would do was simply can reach out to myself, Shakirah Plumb at the New Jersey Department of Labor, and we can go over what is needed, such as your federal identification number, how many employees do you have, things like that is needed so that we can definitely just check to make sure that you qualify to be able to write a contract with the state of New Jersey. We also offer federal bonding, which protects the employer and the employee if you hire someone from this population. That comes directly from our Trenton location, and James Rimeliver is the person that is responsible for that, but it's no cost to the employer or to the employee to be federal bonded just in case any mishaps happen in the workplace while hiring a contract. If you have questions, I can be reached at Shakirah, SHAKIRAH .Plumb, PLUMB at dol.nj.gov. Thank you.
Next to speak, we have Evanthia Corrado from the New Jersey Department of Labor and Workforce Development. Please take it away.
Thank you, Luke. As Luke said, my name is Evanthia Corrado, and I am the Essex County Business Representative for the Department of Labor. And I was requested to provide an overview of hiring incentives that we have for the businesses in New Jersey. One of these hiring incentives is called the OJT, or On-the-Job Training Program. If a company is interviewing the candidate and the skills don't quite measure up to the position that's available, labor will reimburse 50% of salary to offset the cost of training. The job must pay at least $1 over the minimum wage. It must be full-time, permanent, and a direct hire. Training is available up to 26 weeks, depending upon the complexity of the position. The company needs to provide a meaningful training plan and a progress report, as well as payroll. No overtime, holiday, vacation, or sick pay is paid out. The contract must be signed prior to the candidate beginning employment. Another possibility, and also might be better suited to this group of businesses, is the customized training or the upskill grant. This grant provides training for a group of new hires at the same time. This program is open to New Jersey employers or a consortium, which would be composed of 2 or more organizations. This grant is good for 1 year, and upon completion, the companies could reapply for an additional year. The individual in charge of this program is Howard Miller. If you have any information needed or questions, you can please feel free to contact me at 609-358-2513 or evanthia.corrado@dol.nj.gov. And I thank you again for the opportunity of presenting this information to you.
Thank you so much, Evanthia. To shift from New Jersey to New York, our next speaker is Stephanie Ovaduke from the Staten Island Workforce One Industrial and Transportation Career Center. Stephanie?
Hi, everyone. I am the Workforce One Industrial and Transportation Career Center. I am a one-sector/industry-focused career center that makes up of a system of 20 career centers within New York City's Workforce Career Services. Our career centers focus are primarily industrial trades, which are supporting businesses in the transportation, manufacturing, and construction industries. Our primary service is supporting New York City-based industrial employers with no-cost recruitment and hiring support through our job seeker referral service. We will be talking to you today about our no-cost upskilling and training services we offer to incumbent workers and job seekers alike. We offer funding for upskilling job seekers and incumbent workers known as individual training grants or ITGs. These funding streams are offered to job seekers or workers interested in gaining skills in a specific occupation. For our industries, the most popular ITG is commercial driving, which is upgrading one's license to a commercial driver's license. What is the eligibility requirements for an individual training grant? You must be registered with Workforce One. You must be unemployed or currently employed, earning less than $63,928 per year. For non-employed job seekers, you must be willing to report your job placement information following course completion. For employed incumbent workers, you are the employer or the employer. You must be willing to report job upgrade information following course completion, such as a helper has completed CDL training and is now making so-and-so and has upgraded or been promoted. You must meet the education and work requirements. And also, if you are a military veteran with experience, you are exempt from the prior requirements. How can an employer apply for an individual training grant? The application process is highly selective. The employer must complete a one-page application form identifying the incumbent worker or workers identified for the ITG and submit that to the Career Center staff. Completing an application does not guarantee priority, but it will be given to incumbent workers and partners of this association. To apply, you must take and pass a skill assessment test at a Workforce One Career Center, complete an application, interview with the Workforce One Career Advisor, and if selected for an ITG grant, the entire process can take between 4 to 8 weeks. Now we're going to speak about customized training grants. We can walk the employer through the pre-application process to assure you can be connected with our counterparts at the City of New York, who will essentially be reviewing your application and training outlines. This training fund program is a federally funded grant to help New York City-based businesses train and retain some of their employees. This is competitive, reimbursable training grant that is available for businesses that are for-profit, operating for at least 1 year, and are able to pay for training upfront. The New York City Department of Small Business Services reimburses up to 60% plus 10% admin costs of the total training cost in one or more of the following areas: training on recently purchased equipment or software, training to offer new services, products to reach new markets, training to give current staff new skills to advance into hard-to-fill positions. These grants will range from $30,000 up to $400,000. Businesses must be based in New York City, for profit, and operating for more than 1 year. And businesses must be training 10 employees. Businesses must pay for training costs upfront and to get reimbursed on a quarterly basis. Employees can take different trainings. Employees have 1 year to complete the training, and upon completion of training, businesses must provide wage increases. To apply or to set up for, or to further speak about any of these, you can contact me or Jessica Cracchiola. Our information will be posted by Luke. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is SHONDA Williamson. I'm the owner of Logistic Professionals, a drayage, training, and employment firm. We also provide drayage consultation. I started this company about 4 years ago. I had an idea to provide training that would bring diversity to the port of Newark, or New Jersey, and New York. I decided to bring in classes that would incorporate learning, training, and actual careers within import and export opportunities, drayage opportunities. Right now, we are currently training for CDL Class A Port Pier hybrid courses. This course is taken 25% online and 75% in the actual yard of the trucking company. The second week is actually taken at the port. So this course is a 2-week course, 14 days. The course is priced at $1,000, but we have plenty of scholarship and discounted programs for individuals that desire to work at the port. Our program also includes human-sensitive safety functioning, which helps drivers when they're driving, unloading, safety in regards to pushing, pulling, loading, tires, pre-tripping, the access to the terminals, rules and regulations at the terminals, the do's and don'ts, things that will get you kicked out of the terminal, things that will keep you in the terminal. All these aspects we train on, and they do give some type of detailed training within the terminals, but not the aspect that we give. We give the actual training so that our drivers are thoroughly trained at the port and not just able to pick up loads, because it's not just about picking up loads of money, it's about safety. Safety comes from understanding and knowledge. So we're prepared to train drivers so that they understand the port allowing them to eliminate mistakes, bodily injuries, and cost companies any excess of monies. Our second course that we train for is forklift operator and selector. This course is a $700 course, and it's also a hybrid course, 25% online and 75% at the actual training facility. At this training facility, the student actually uses the actual equipment, the forklift, pallet jack, and scissor in order to provide adequate services for warehouses or freezer warehouses. These positions fall under forklift operator or selector. We train for for customer service, customer service representatives, and import and export. We specify in drayage knowledge, trucking terminology. We explain what import-export is, the value of a customer, the difference between a consignee and a shipper, the difference between export documentation and import clearance documentation, and also being focused on containers, tracking and tracing. So we teach that within this course, tracking and tracing, data entry, customer service critiques and skills. We also train, and this is our last course, order entry specialist. Order entry specialist is basically what it says. It's order entry, which is the key to many of these trucking companies and VOCCs, freight forwarders, and brokers. Every order and every container that goes through the port is entered into a system, and it's usually done by an order entry clerk. So an order entry clerk or a specialist, the role might seem menial, but it's not. It's actually the most important, because one misstroke or one key that could be off from entering from an order entry clerk can cost a company thousands of dollars. So we train on accuracy, we train in typing, giving them knowledge of Word and Excel, so that they can understand how to create reports, and they can understand how to enter the information and understanding the importance of the information. So in each one of these courses, whether it is forklift or selector, CDL Class A port peer driver, customer service representative, or order entry specialist, we definitely train the importance of legal documentation, so that each person in each one of these roles not only understands their role, but understands what they're doing in regards to the Department of Transportation, the FMCSA, and the ports of Newark, New Jersey, and also the terminals. I decided to offer these courses because I have been in this city of Newark for about 30 years and have been working at the port for about 10 in different trucking companies, UPS, shipping lines. I've been in the drayage and import and export industry, again, for about 10 years. And I see that there is a limited diversity. I started in this industry making $14 an hour as an order entry clerk, and ended up at Panasonic 2020 making $35 an hour. Although I went to college, I did not learn anything that I've done in the past 10 years from college. I had to learn hands-on. And so my reality and the reason behind me starting logistics professionals is that I feel that anybody that involves themselves in logistics or in drayage or in the import-export industry deserves the right to have a proper learning curve. So I feel that our company provides a service to the student and to the employee and to the company. As a student, giving them the opportunity to learn something they probably never have known. As an employee, giving them the opportunity to learn a wage other than just a job, moving into a career. And the benefit to a company is that they don't have to worry about training. They don't have to take the time to train, which of course they don't have, when we can provide the training, right? And then put that individual to work with the proper knowledge needed to eliminate any excessive costs in regards to replacement or high turnover or injury rates. So again, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. These 4 courses, again, are for anybody that wants to involve themselves into a new industry, coming into the port, wanting to be a driver, wanting to work in an office, wanting to work for a freight forwarder or a broker or a shipping line, or just a simple trucking company. Any one of my 4 courses can lead you into an entry-level position where you can begin earning more than the low minimum wage. Thank you.
As we close out, I'd like to thank all of our participants. I'd like to encourage viewers to make use of the great programs aforementioned and do not hesitate to reach out for assistance. As noted, all of the contact information will be placed on the screen. I'd also like to bring attention to the Transportation, Logistics, and Distribution Jobs in the New York, New Jersey region job board on LinkedIn. This is a group that is now 500 members strong that aims to connect local job seekers with employers in the New York, New Jersey region. If you have a vacancy at your firm, we strongly encourage you to post, and we will do our best to bring you qualified candidates to fill that role. We also encourage you to check out our other recorded content on this PANYNJ YouTube channel. A link will be posted in the description below that has all of our previous workforce events, as well as several videos aimed at CDL drivers in the port. Thank you again for your time. We hope this information was helpful. Have a great day.